We are bright and in living color.
Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's doing great. And you guys are doing good. You guys had a great day.
Yeah. Can I
So you guys,
a little?
yeah, go ahead. Switch back a little. Move on.
I feel like I'm like all on top of it and I need to tighten
Okay.
it.
And I should move that sign over just a little bit more. So move this over just a little bit more.
Oh, you love your little sign, huh, honey?
Yeah. Sounds pretty cool.
So do your intro.
So, hello, everyone. And welcome to the live. Like I said, hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody's safe.
Yes.
And I hope you guys are in the best of health. That's the most important thing right now that I ask you guys, just to be safe. Because things have been crazy inside the box lately.
Yeah, they have.
Super crazy.
You guys brought me out of my semi-retirement. I was ready to, I haven't done videos. I was taking a little vacay. Now I can't take a vacay because stuff's going crazy. So here we are out of our retirement. You guys done brought me out. Tyson said, greetings from Ecuador. Greetings to you, Tyson.
Nice,
Welcome to
Tyson.
Ecuador.
Wow.
Greetings
Very
from
nice.
Charleston, South Carolina.
On the East Coast. There you go.
And
there you go.
salute to humble brother. How you guys doing?
You guys doing right. Give us a thumbs up. Let us guys know where you're from. Guys, let us know you can hear us clear, okay? Because we have some technical difficulties. That's why we're late right now. So just like going to a concert.
My mic's acting up.
I've been to quite a few concerts.
Nice. Check one.
Yeah, so we're here. We've been kind of busy lately.
Yes.
Traveling here, going here. And we got
enjoying life, right?
Enjoying life, because like we always say on the channel, life to be enjoyed.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Just having fun, eating some good foods, eating some different foods, and trying not to gain too much weight. You know, I'm trying to, just watch what I'm eating, take it in, because you know how that goes. Absolutely. So where you guys are at, I know the sun is still up.
Yeah.
Where we're at, sun is definitely down. That's why you got all these lights on tonight.
Yeah, it's after 10 here.
Right. So you guys know that we've had a rash. We've been talking about this on the channel. We've had a rash of mass shootings inside of the box.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are not comfortable with that because you don't know what's going to happen. I seen a black guy just the day before yesterday standing out in front of the school. And I don't know if he's armed or not, but he's standing out in front of an elementary school, making sure his child, when they go in, they're safe the whole time. And that the child will come out and go back home. The whole thing is sad. Everybody's in the uproar, but for the most part, your politicians ain't doing nothing about this thing.
Right. And it's funny because I was telling or reminding you that we did that video, was it a month ago?
I think it was a month ago.
If that, I feel like it wasn't even a month, maybe a month.
About 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
And we did a video on this, and then look what happened.
It actually came to pass, what we talked about.
Because it keeps on happening.
It keeps on happening. It
That's what
doesn't
we were
stop
talking
happening.
about in the video.
It's a continual thing.
Yeah, and the whole point of the video was, why are people leaving the U.S. and seeking to live abroad? And I think it's painfully apparent. One of the reasons we said in the video was safety. That's what a lot of people talk to us about. That's what a lot of people do consultations about. Safety. So we're talking about the gun laws here in Portugal, the gun laws in the Dominican Republic. And look what happens yet again, because we were talking about how horrible the crime rate was. And this happens.
Yeah. And one thing I noticed when we first got to the Dominican Republic, we noticed that everywhere we went to, whether it's in a bank, whether it's in a grocery store, gas station, or wherever it was at, they always had shotguns.
In the DR,
in the DR.
Yeah.
There was always an armed guard.
Right.
And I'm talking about, for the most part, they had small pistols. They had shotguns shot across, double barrel, whatever it may be, because they want to make sure that everybody going down the establishment, they want to make sure you get the message.
And you're
safe. And you're safe.
Yeah.
So you don't hear anything about even any school shootings in the Dominican Republic. There's nothing like that happening there, and it's nothing like that happening here.
I mean, here they don't even have to go as far as wearing all that, the guns and everything. But let's take a minute. And Tyson said, been gone for over a year. time spent in the DR, Colombia, and now he is in Ecuador. He said he ain't going back to Stars and Strap. I know that's right.
Man, you know, I'll tell you what. People wonder why I hate to speak bad things about the country.
The truth is the truth.
But the truth is the light. That's why we're not there. And it's not just the violence that we left. You guys know, like I know, the cost of living is retarded inside of the box. When I say retarded, I mean it's really handicapped.
And that's why I did that thumbnail where I was showing like the infant formula. Because that literally, we went, 2 days ago to the grocery store? 3 days ago?
2 days ago.
And I go into the aisle to go around to where we needed to go. And that was just one part of the formula aisle. And I was like, God, look at all this formula. And I was like, what is going, USA needs to get it to.
Because how you going to run out of formula for kids? How you going to do that?
Well, they said it's a lack of production and they only have a few places. Nestle is big out here. So Nestle is a big maker. And they have here in the Europe where they mass produce all that stuff. So there's a ton. That would never happen out here because the countries make sure that, you know, mass production and cleanliness and all that is a priority. So there's that. Spanish 2001 said, everything sounds good. Hi, he's from Jacksonville, Florida. They're from Jacksonville. Nice. And Tyson said, amen to that. I love my country, but it's insane to live there now.
Oh my goodness. And you know what? You'd be surprised, man, how many people that are actually getting their passport, getting their stuff together, packing up and getting out of the box. And you wonder why they're moving like crazy.
And out here, we can tell you that we every day out here either read or hear a newscast about the influx of, you were telling me the other day too, of expats to Portugal, right?
Right.
From all over, mostly from the U.S. Unfortunately,
Canada, from Canada. Hello, Canada.
California seems to be the largest amount of people coming out because they enjoy the beach weather and everything. So a lot of coastal people are moving out here because it's less expensive and it's nicer. And it's happening like crazy, and it's going to keep on happening as long as things like this keep putting fear, because fear is a driving force, I hate to say it, to sparking people to do what they got to do and make plans somewhere else. That's the facts.
But my question is, the president of the United States and all the other presidents that served and still living, they got Secret Service. So if they got Secret Service for the rest of their life, what about our kids in the school systems? Yeah. They don't deserve at least having one security guard, or what you call them things that they go through when they go into the airport?
Metal detector.
A metal detector when they go into school. This guy, matter of fact, they said one of the teachers propped the door so the gunman can get inside the school. I don't know if she's waiting for somebody else to come in.
I think it was a mistake that they left it. Yeah.
It was a mistake, but for the most part, there was a lot of things that happened in this shooting that didn't happen in other shootings. The door being propped, the security guard that was supposed to be on duty, there was no security there at that particular time it happened. Then it took the cops and the sheriff's deputies, when they got there, it took them a whole 45 minutes to an hour just to go into the school.
Ridiculous. So Spanish said, 2001 said, you guys helped me a lot. Relocated to Santo Domingo, retired early at 48. Congratulations, first of all,
man,
for retiring early. That's amazing. And glad the videos helped.
Absolutely.
But why Santo Domingo? Just, I like to always know why.
Yeah.
That's literally one of the first, so anybody that's done a consultation knows. The first thing I say is, tell me something about yourself. And then I say, why are you choosing the area that you're choosing or thinking about choosing to live? So why Santo Domingo?
And I guess they can hear us pretty good because nobody said about the sound. So I guess the sound
they did.
Good.
A bunch of people did. I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you're coming in loud and clear.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yes. And remember that you want to hit thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, guys. And that also down there at your bottom, you can always donate to the cause.
Patronize to the channel.
Give a thank you back to the channel.
We got a bunch of videos, guys, that we put up and down through the years. We'll make sure you guys get good, accurate information. So if you're traveling to some of the same places we have, we want to make sure that you guys are well informed when you get there. You don't be flipping, tripping, and flopping and popping. You see what I'm saying? You can get there and handle your business, and you can feel safe with what you're doing.
I'm trying to hang on. personally, guys, I want to retire and I want to be done. I don't want to do the channel anymore.
Yeah, she wants to kind of, give it up and quit. But I can't quit, man, because I got to keep moving. I got to keep going. So,
I just feel like it's unnecessary sometimes. That's how I feel, because I don't know. Sometimes I'm happy to hear that one person at least, appreciates. When you hear that, it makes you keep going. But I don't know. I have my days, so I needed a little break. Spanish 2001 said that Dominican-born, U.S. raised, not a visa problem, dual citizen. Yep. But why Santo Domingo? Do you have family? Is all your family in Santo Domingo? That's why you chose Santo Domingo. I just like to know why.
I mean, because he got family there, and you got dual citizenship. So I mean, you're home. You go back and forth many times as you want. You're good. You're good to go.
Yeah, safety's good in certain areas, but there's certain areas in Santo Domingo I wouldn't want to be in when the nighttime comes.
So that's been a problem with with getting the proper funding to the proper people that need it in our own country. I don't mind us helping other countries, but you got to remember that you got to take care of your own country first. Charity begins at home. And we just sent $40 billion to Ukraine to help them fight their war against Russia. But some of that money could have been allocated right in the United States to help with these gas prices and everything else you guys see what's going on every day that keeps our kids unsafe and keeps you unsafe as you drop them off and pick them up. Because for the most part, things are getting so bad, you don't know if you're going to, some parents are sitting up there in tears. You don't know if you're going to see them alive when you pick them up or not. 1 minute they're getting a certificate for good achievement, good attendance. Next minute, they shot down in cold blood.
Right.
And it's terrible.
Well, yeah.
It's terrible. You drop your kids off, you expect to see them again at the end of the day. You don't expect that you go in there and your kids are in a white sheet and they take them down to the morgue or wherever it may be. Because that's terrible, but that's what's happening. That's the real world that we live in, guys. That is the real world. So it's something to think about, because, I pray for you guys that still live in the United States. You actually can't get out of the United States, and you're going to stay there for the rest of your life. But my hat goes off to those that go to different countries. But I pray for you guys that's going to stay in the States, because things don't get no better. It seems like they're getting worse.
Right. And that's why I always say that's a reason alone. Whenever you're always thinking about what am I going to do? How do I want to live in the retirement, or like I say, your last act? What do you want to do? Do you want to be comfortable? I personally like to know that I can wake up, open my windows. I'm going to be safe and bullet free. I can put on what I want and go out during the day, and I'm not going to have to worry about getting, mugged or anything like that. I'm not going to get rolled over or, targeted. And I like the fact that I can sit in a cafe if I choose to for an hour outside, and I can put my purse down, I can put my phone down, and I can sit there and people watch, and I don't have to worry about anything. That, to me, that's freedom. That's peace of mind. That's retirement. You know what I'm saying? If I've got to constantly be looking over my shoulder and things like that, it's not for me. It's not. I don't care how beautiful it is. And everybody always says, why did you guys leave the DR? Why Europe? That's why Europe, because that's what we do in Portugal. Like literally, I could do exactly that is the perfect scenario, and I don't have to worry about anything.
Well, like I said, we felt safe when we were in Santiago, because it's based on what area you live in, what neighborhood you live in, and everything's based on that.
Yeah.
So it's a shame what's happening right now. And every time we put out a video, it's like everything we said comes to pass. Because
I hate it. I'm going to stop.
We hate being right.
I know. That's what it is. It's terrible.
Every time we do a video, even what happened in Haiti.
Yeah.
Every time we do a video, it ends up coming, shortly after that, it ends up coming to pass. You guys pay attention, whoever's speaking the truth, because you got a lot of these news media, other people, they're just speaking lies, they're speaking, hypocrisy. But we believe in speaking and calling it the way it is and how it really is. So when you guys leave your house and walk down the street, you got to be well prepared in your mind what you might have to face. Even just driving down the road rage is crazy in this case now.
So you guys haven't heard from us in a couple of weeks. What does anybody have to say? Let's ask us some questions. We're here. Somebody said hi. DMR said hello to both of us.
So
I'm trying to catch up now on the thing. Okay, so Spanish 2001 said that the reason that they chose Santo Domingo, they have family in Santo Domingo and in Santiago, so it was an easy move. So yeah, they're in Santo Domingo.
That makes sense. And you're gonna save a lot more money there than you're gonna save inside that.
What's the weather like in Santo Domingo? Because right now, today it was 89, but we still had a nice cool breeze. I didn't even have to have any air conditioning on. We have a little fan, and that's like all that we really need. The fan's going, and they kept us cool all day.
But we're only 20, 25 minutes from the ocean, so to the beach.
Not even.
So, I mean, you're not even that. We jump on the freeway, right?
Not even. It's like 15 minutes to go to Nazaré Beach.
So
where we did the videos.
Loving that. Yeah, I'm loving that. It's nice and cool and breezy. And you didn't sweat your brains out neither for 5 minutes.
Yep.
Sleep comfortable at night, the whole 9 yards. Leave the windows open. Nice, cool, quiet, no sirens.
So I guess I can just keep not doing videos because nobody missed us the last couple weeks.
Well, I'm quite sure the next one we'll do videos that's pretty current, you know. But
oh, DMR. Okay, called me on it. Got a question. Why did you and Caribbean E live in the Dominican Republic? Is that what they're trying to ask? Why did we live there?
Yeah, for the Caribbean.
Oh, leave. You meant leave. Okay.
Oh, leave. Okay.
Leave the Dominican Republic. So we did a whole, I think, 2 or 3 videos on it. But the reason we left was he and I had sat down, especially during COVID, and said, hey, what would you like to do? What would be our wish list of things that we'd like to do in the future? And everything kept coming up Europe. Right. And so I said, let me do some investigation like I always do. And then all of a sudden, here I go. I started again with the look at this and look at that and look at the cost of living and let's get a change of pace. Let's try this. And then the more I looked into it, the more we fell in love. We came out here, we definitely fell in love and said, this is the place for us, and decided that cost of living, access to the beach, the safety and security, everything far surpassed and literally beat out the Dominican Republic. So we decided that this is where we're going to make our base camp so that we can do everything that we wanted to do through Europe.
You know, you guys noticed last month we're in Paris. Yes. So that was a lifetime experience for us. I know, especially for me.
It was fun to do it with our daughter.
And it was fun to do it with our daughter. She flew out here. She joined us. And it was just great. We flew from here to Madrid, switched planes from Madrid. We were right into Paris. Yeah. And it was just a great time. We got a chance to go to Disneyland, the 30-year celebration out there in Paris. We brought some souvenirs and things back, did some shopping. And it was just a great time to actually experience that, sitting underneath the Eiffel Tower, something I thought I would never get a chance to do.
So C. Ann, which, by the way, hi guys, miss you, love you. We're just shy. Please don't stop. We need you guys. I'm close.
I know
you
that
know my breaking point because you know me. You know. Spanish 2001 said, "I remember it's your video on your last day at your work, the sanitation." I was at work on my lunch break. It's one of their favorite videos because when I retired, I remembered that video. Yes, absolutely.
That was one of the best videos, man, that I ever did in my life. I couldn't really say what I wanted to say because I still had to come on vacation and then go back and draw my last paycheck. So I didn't want to tick nobody off, but there were some things that I really wanted to say that I did not say on that video. Plus, the foreman was driving by part of his truck. So that was the last time that I said anything to him.
So DMR has another question. Before someone moves to a country like DR, would you advise opening up a bank account? Good question. We have this asked a lot during our consultations. And that is, I would, but it depends on the situation, how soon, because you usually only need it if you're going to be going to the DR a lot in the interim time, getting ready to transition over there, or B, a few months before you're going to actually go, because when you make your deposit on your apartments, when you get your utilities turned on, all that, you need that DR bank account. So yes, you're going to need it, but how soon you're going to need it is going to depend on your situation. Love this channel. Ready for Tina to take us shopping for clothes and makeup in Portugal. Girl, that would be a really long video. No? But you know, I've been out here shopping. Jeff Digital said, were you able to receive residency in Portugal? Absolutely. It was so easy because, like I've said in other videos too, it's you can do it. You don't have to pay someone. That's what I love about it. You can do all the steps yourself. We have the steps, you know, available to pass on, which we do during consultation. But it's easy to do. Anyone can honestly do it. It just takes what I call a nice orderly checklist and getting everything in, you know, that you need. But yes, we did it, and we have our 2-year, and then we go back and we get 3 years, and on until we get our permanent residency. But yes, we have our residency cards and all that good stuff. We are residents in Portugal.
And you know what? We also I must say this. We also did a consultation with some cool people out that are living out here, and that was really, really informative for us because we didn't come out here or even just begin to do research without doing our research, and they really helped us out a great bit. Yeah, it cost us a few dollars, but you know what? Anything worth having is worth paying for. And everybody want to get the short way around it. We're not paying for everything is free in life. Well, it's not. If you get out, you go to another country like DR and other places, and you got to figure out how I'm gonna pay my power bill, how I'm gonna pay my phone bill, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that, how I'm gonna learn how to.
That's how people get frustrated.
That's how you get frustrated, and you stay for a little while, and then you go home. And every city in the Dominican Republic is not for everybody.
Yeah,
you're not gonna fit, so you got to figure out what city in the DR is gonna fit good for you. And the same thing if you come to Portugal. So I mean, it's just if you do your research, when you finally at the end of the day you get to sit back, you'll be happy that you did that consultation.
Right, but the difference between the DR is in the DR you have to get a lawyer to be able to get all of that paperwork done. Whereas Portugal, you don't. I've never had to get a lawyer. I absolutely did every single step myself. I did it for us, so that was huge. I think all countries honestly should be at least easy to manage, that the person can do it themselves. You know, I mean, I can see if you don't want to do certain sections because it's just too much, you don't want to get this, you want to pay somebody to do something like that. But everyone should at least make it where it's laid out and it's uniform. In the DR, it's like, it's kind of a crapshoot because one lawyer will say, oh, we'll do this, but we won't do that. And then another lawyer will say, we don't do any of that. And then another lawyer will say, oh, well, you need to have all this. And then, you know, we'll do this and that on the time frame or whatever. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we did do no lawyers though, either way. We did no lawyers.
And Spanish 2001 said that when he was in the Navy, he was stationed in Rota, which is southern Spain. Ooh, nice. For 3 years in the 90s. I can't wait. That's our next trip is Spain. So that's where we're going to, well, we have in country, but I don't count those. But out of country, our next one that we have booked is Spain. And DMR said, is Portugal better than the DR? My personal opinion, yes. It's my personal opinion.
I mean, everybody do things and move differently for their personal preference.
Yeah.
Okay. And
it suits me. How's that?
And if it suits us and fit, because
it suits me better.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we really looked at. And we got, you know, and we figure out, you know, what's going to be best for us long term. Okay. Because for the most part, we got kind of run around with the lawyer thing. He wanted us to pay
in the DR
practically $10,000 for citizenship.
No, it was like 8. And then he said there may be.
So 4 apiece.
Yes.
Okay. So 8,000. And then they're saying that's not necessarily saying that you're going to get it because you got to submit this paperwork. Everything has got to be a parcel. And it's got to get in a certain time. And other fees. Yeah. So he really didn't give us. Now, if you pay that kind of cash, folks, you got to give me some kind of guarantees because money don't grow on trees. Last time I checked, alert. Okay, so he couldn't really give me that. We making all these trips to Santo Domingo, talk to this guy on a long bus ride, and getting Ubers here, Ubers there. Hard time trying to find this guy. So it's just a lot of red tape getting
And that's
citizenship
another
in Dominican
thing. We
Republic.
never wanted nor ever entertained the thought of driving in the DR, and we drive all the time here.
Yeah, all the time we drive.
So
here.
boom, there you go, right there.
Yeah, the roads are a lot better. I don't have to worry about the shakedowns either.
Portugal is European. DR is island living, just opposites of each other.
Right.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because to me, I'll tell you this. Portugal has all the ambiance of island living, only because you can live on the coast and you could live like you do on the beaches of the DR, right? But I just think that the beaches are more, how can I say this? I like the feel and the ambiance, right, of the beaches in Portugal. I like not being hustled every 5 seconds. I like that they're thriving. I like that they're clean. And I also like that I enjoy my complete drive up to the beach in Portugal. Whereas the DR, you go sometimes, and you guys know, I'm not lying, you go through some shithole towns to get to a beautiful beach. Or you get to the middle of fucking nowhere and you are driving down a fucking dirt road with big ass potholes just to get to some beautiful untouched beach. Whereas Portugal, they're paved, you're on a highway, it's a toll road, you're there in a few minutes, and boom, you're right there at the beach. There's parking, it's public, everyone's out, it's family oriented. I don't have to worry about looking and seeing some little, like, looking like 15-year-old chica with like an 80-year-old man because she's trying to make money for her family. You know, like there's some shit I just didn't like seeing, and I don't want to see it. And when I came out here, I didn't have to see all that.
But with that,
I like going to get a nice steak and a bottle of wine,
right,
for like $50 right by the, for me and you, right by the ocean, and I can do that here.
But it's a different vibe, you know. It's a different country, it's a different beast, and it's a different feel. And you won't know until you come in and you visit.
And everybody likes different things.
Everybody likes different things. And anybody, you know, because like I said, I spent 10 years of my life out here.
She just, our cat just went outside.
I spent 10 years of my life when I was in the military in Europe, Northern Europe. And so this is more south. The weather is definitely doable all year round.
Yes, because you don't have the intense humidity. You don't have, at least we haven't yet, the massive problems with mosquitoes that I fight with. And you don't have the need all the time to be running the air conditioning because that's money. And here, we don't even need it. We're good with a fan. DMR said, I'm a single man. Does it matter? Meaning, are the people nicer or is it cheaper? Spanish said, if your husband was single, his answer would be different about the DR. If you were single? No, I know you'd like, he wanted Europe more than I did. I was the one that waited so long to have us out here. So he would have been living in Europe and never in the DR had you not been with me and been single.
True that. Well, my first thing, I know darn well, guys, you guys can agree with me. First thing I did when I retired, I told her, we got to get out of this country. We got to get out of here, no matter what.
Right.
The tariffs we had to pay for ship our stuff, we had to sell our house, sell our cars. God help us to get rid of all that. We had to get out of that madhouse, the box of the United States.
Right. But are the people nicer or cheap? Is it cheaper? I would definitely say that the prices are very close. Europe's going to be a little bit more. You need a little bit more money to be here. Is it tens of thousands more? Nope. No. But I think the people are super nice here.
They're super nice.
I mean, I haven't had any incident. People are very accommodating, meaning that a lot of people, if they don't know English, will get on Google Translate. But a lot of people out here know English and will speak English. Like when I try to speak Spanish, like I said a million times, they stop me and they said English. And I go, oh, yeah, sure. And I'm not freaking getting to use them Spanish because they want to talk English all the time.
Yeah, and I've been in some places before. They tell me, she said, don't speak English, Portuguese. I said, no problem. I reach in my pocket, grab my cell phone out. We get ready to have a conversation. Well, if I go to the cleaners, drugstore, whatever it is, I got my phone right here. And while I'm having a conversation, they understand me, I understand them. I'm also learning Portuguese too.
Spanish said, do you do your banking? This is something I'm currently looking at, or just Western Union yourself money. Never use Western Union. Mm-hmm. I did an entire video on a game called the Game Changer. You do not want to use Western Union. PayPal has this wonderful app, and it's called, I've been using it so long.
Zoom?
Yes, Zoom. Mm-hmm. Zoom. Oh, sorry, XOOM. And that has the best rates and the lowest cost to you. And you can go from your US account and put money straight into your Dominican account. And with that, you can also even pay bills. So don't you dare become a Western Union poppy. Don't you dare.
Yeah, you don't want to go that route.
Western Union is long lines, too much money. It's not worth it. Use Zoom. And you have that certified safety because it's through PayPal.
Right. And you're well protected. Mm-hmm. And also, when you do that, transfer money, try to look at the interest rate as well.
Joseph Browns now said, Mr. Caribbean E, every time I see a garbage truck, I think of you and your beautiful wife in a foreign land enjoying your retirement. Those hard days of your sweat and hard work are paying off. Enjoy. We literally were talking about that the other day.
You know what? I got criticized. Okay, I got criticized from some people, even some people in my own family, the job that I did. But you know what? They still on the grind. And I'm sitting here, you know, I'm retired. I'm chilling like a villain. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to get up and clock in tomorrow morning. Okay? I'm retired. And my money ain't funny. I'm living my best life while here on earth. Yes. I'll live a better life when I get to heaven with my heavenly Father. But for the most part, hey, they still on the grind. Joseph. So thank you very much. Okay, I'm having a good time. I'm glad that I put my time in. When you put your time in when you retire, you should be able to do what you want to do and not let people ruin you and run your life.
Right. I mean, that's the whole
point. Because I work hard. Listen, guys, I work hard from where I did a whole stint.
You sound like a commercial. I work hard. So
I work hard for the money.
But that's so bringing us right back to what we were talking about safety and everything else.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if you work so hard, and you guys know you guys are hard workers, you guys know that you are sitting out there like grinding daily, having to deal with raising kids, having to deal with horrible bosses. And then you come home and you can't even be safe in your own home. And then you're thinking about retirement and you're like, what am I going to do? Be an elderly person who has to only go out during the day, can't go out at night, got to worry about securing my house. So I got to have, like 50 alarm systems and this and that and a gun and this. No, I'm telling you, there's other solutions. Everyone's narrow lens. That I honestly tell you all the time, I feel like the United States gives us because they don't want us to leave, that we have to be there because it's the best and it's the this and it's the that. Look at it. It's not the safest. It's not the smartest. It's not number one in anything except getting into debt and trouble. That's it. So sometimes looking out,
especially debt. Especially debt.
Cian said, thank you for your service. I appreciate your inspirational videos too. You guys have 3 channels really. No need to compare DR and Portugal. Love to both. Yeah. DMR said might stick with DR for now. Yeah. I mean, because everybody likes different things. Like, and plus, honestly, to get here, it costs the grip. Like it's not cheap to get like cheap. It is to get to the DR. So that's kind of, I hate to say it, but they really, that's how they kind of weed it out because the ones that want to be here and got the, the funds and want to really establish themselves out here in Europe, they'll come out here and do it. And the ones that can't, won't.
Well, I look at it this way. When you plant well, you can go from the States to the Dominican Republic and you can live good there. But when you plant well, then you can venture out across the oceans and do even better. As you desire.
Or heck, do like us and go to the DR, enjoy, stack your cash, first. And then you can start taking trips out to Europe.
Stack your chips. Yeah. But this is what I didn't want to do. We're in the DR and we had planned at least 2 trips. One to Colombia and another one to Malaga, Spain. We didn't get a chance to go because of COVID. So we planned these 2 trips. And then even if it wasn't COVID, we still was going to end up flying over the ocean. Now, it's an all-night flight from San Domingo all the way into Europe. So going back and forth, that's just too much. That's too much money, too much. Why don't we just come and live here? And the spot we want to go, Paris, places like that, hop, skip, and jump, you'll be there.
So Cian said last post, because they're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you guys got out of the box. We are visiting during the holidays this year. Looking forward to drinks, seafood, and cowboy steaks. Oh, where are you going? You're going to DR, huh? Because that sounds good. That's
nice.
That's my perfect vacation.
Nice.
So yes, have fun. And DMR said you both inspire me. And Jaya says the cost of living is retarded. Yes, it absolutely.
It's crazy.
And DMR says I'm retiring in 12 years, but I'm trying to make it happen before 12. Oh, and Cian said Portugal.
Wow. Okay. So we'll see you when you get it.
You're coming to Portugal.
We will see you when you come. I know you're probably going to Lisbon.
Holiday.
Yeah, we'll see you when you get here. I mean,
Reach out.
Yeah, reach out and touch. Reach out and touch someone. Reach out. Reach out. It ain't just AT&T, it's us too, you know what I'm saying?
Portugal's amazing, especially during the holidays.
Oh my goodness.
I had so much fun during the holidays.
Yeah.
Because out here there's so many holidays. And B, they love the holidays out here, so that's even better. It's a huge thing. Yeah. But you know what? We had some really good holidays in the DR too before COVID.
Right.
When they actually had stuff like festivals and we had Oktoberfest in the DR. We still haven't done Oktoberfest out here because I feel like we'd have to go to Germany for that to really have the true Oktoberfest. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you just want to have a good time. You want to live your life, and just make sure that you don't have a lot of financial debt on you when you leave the States going to another country. I don't care if you go to Ecuador. I don't care if you go to the Philippines, wherever you're going. Make sure you ain't got a lot of credit card debt, a lot of bills. Because a lot of people in the States down that are struggling, and they can't afford to go outside the county line. That's how bad it is.
So Spanish 2001 said, "What's a budget in Portugal for a single married person?" Okay. So we did a video on how much we pay a month. So I would say you would kind of cut that in half then, right?
Right.
And so I would look at that and just say, watch that video, see what would actually be your cost or what you think your cost would be. Because honestly, our bills and everything are just a little over 200. That we're talking like water and gas and electric and sewage and cable and all that stuff. So if you're cutting that down because it's just a single person, look at that. Rent's going to depend on you, meaning where you want to live and how you want to live, meaning what size of apartment, where, what city. Here in Leary, like we've said a bunch of times, we pay 650 euros. So it's not even 700. That's how much. And we have a 2-bedroom. So, and this is our living room. So you can see that's the living room. So it depends on how much you want to spend. Like groceries, that's again going to depend on the person. I would think you'd spend from $200 to $300 on groceries for a single person. So yeah, this depends. Robert Cuff said that I'm recently retired and want to be a snowbird. First, which is better, North Coast or South or Punta Cana?
You know what?
I'll let you answer that because I'd be like, none.
You know what? You don't get stuck in just one particular place. I always tell people, go and enjoy the island. It's an island. And you can drive for 3 hours, you can drive for 5 hours or whatever.
So then what are you telling Robert? To go to the north first?
I would say,
and then try that and then go to the south and then see if he likes that better.
Well, it depends on, hold up, Tina, but all depends what airport they're going to.
No, so he wants to be a snowbird. So that means that he wants to live during the winter months in the DR. So where should he live is what he's asking. So he's saying the north, the south, or Punta Cana. So he should start in the north.
Yeah, I would say start in the north.
And then
work
try that.
Yeah.
And then the next time maybe try the south. And then the next time maybe try Punta Cana. So you're telling him to try all of them and see which one he likes better.
Yeah, start in the north first and then come all the way down. That's what I would tell him. Let's start in the north first.
Interesting.
But the north
See,
is
I would
pretty,
do it opposite.
but the north is pretty big.
South and go.
Because if you, yeah, well, I know.
Because I don't like the north very much unless you're going all the way over to.
But he might get to north and love it. Punta
True. Yeah, because it depends on the person. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
He might get there and love it.
Agree.
Yeah.
And Jeff Digital asked, do you miss living in the USA? No.
I don't miss it. We've been gone.
Remember when we went back? We went back in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then by June July, because it's my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
By July, we were like, okay, we've seen everybody and we've done everything that we missed. And I was like, I'm ready to go.
By June, I was over it.
Yeah,
I was trying to.
You're ready.
I was over it.
I held out until July, and then I was like, I'm ready to go. This is taking too long. Yeah. True.
Yeah. So I mean, I just don't. When you're used to a certain custom of living a certain kind of life, especially when it comes to the cost of living, okay, then you're used to that. When you come back to the States, that gouge you to death. I mean, I don't care if
it's like sticker shock, right?
It's like nuts going food shopping.
Because we went to Vegas, and so we went back to Vegas, and then it's like you go back, and then you're like this. You're like, oh, let's go out to dinner. Like when we went with the kids, and I was like, wait, how much is that? And the kids were like, oh, you're spoiled, and I was like, how much was that dinner?
You check out the menu, but you don't even want to
go to the grocery store. You're like, how much was? I didn't get nothing. Yeah, like that was.
Some stuff is ridiculous. I think there's a lot of price gouging too, especially when it comes to the formula for the babies. We never had a problem in the United States as far as getting kids formula. It's crazy. It's nuts.
So Robert said he's been to Punta Cana and Sosua and the capital. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Sosua is the sewer. I agree.
We've been saying that for years.
I call it that all the
Couldn't
time.
live there. Couldn't do it.
He said he doesn't want that lifestyle. I don't blame you.
You don't want that.
So which one did you? So if you've been to Santo Domingo, Punta Cana, and Sosua, what did you like? Because honestly, I would say Santiago. That's just me. I'd say none of those. Go to Santiago, but Spanish 2001 says, I'm in the process of selling my home in Florida. Was it hard for you to let everything go? Be truthful.
At first it was.
Okay, because I'll tell on you.
At first it was kind of hard, but as I began to purge myself of all of that foolishness.
It feels good though to get rid of
it. It felt really great because when I look back on it right now, I tell people, if you leave the United States and you're a homeowner, you still got to pay taxes on that home. You still got to make sure everything is go good. You got to make sure you have no squatter. It's a lot of responsibility, on that home. And the way they're taxing you now, Uncle Sam gonna get his money. So It's good to have property, but are you willing to take care of everything else that go on that property? If you sell your property, you get a nice chunk of money. You can pay that forward on your wherever you're going. They can pay for your shipping stuff,
right? But
ship something
your
or whatever.
Things. So you sell your house, your things.
Got rid of my car. Got rid of everything. Downside.
So was it hard?
Still down. Yeah, you know what? It's
We're
hard.
still downsizing.
We're still downsizing. Right. So it's hard really to get rid of some stuff that's precious and close to you that you've been harboring and hold on to. I was screaming, scratching, didn't want to let it go. But you know what? The reality hit me. It'll cost you when you ship that stuff to another country. They're gonna charge you, get you on shipping costs. You don't want those kind of issues.
If you guys have seen the videos of our apartment in Santiago, you saw our living, like our furniture and all that, and you see we have only furniture because this was not furnished. This is all ours, and you see we're totally different because that's what you do. You don't ever. And plus, honestly, and everybody's always worried about buying stuff in the DR, it's economical to buy new stuff. And I'll tell you this, I made a killing. I literally made a little bit more than we spent on all of our furniture and everything. So we ended up living for 2.5 years on the furniture that we bought. And I made all the money back I spent on that plus some because it helped pay for our flight and everything to the US.
And the same thing
you can sell it. So don't think you're stuck to with it because you won't. You'll find somebody there that'll sell it.
And the same thing before we left the States. We paid for our tickets and stuff like that, our accommodation, whether Airbnb, hotel room. We paid for all that, and we had to be digging in our pockets with everything we got rid of. We helped somebody that we just sold and got rid of. Good riddance. So absolutely, because it's amazing how the government is doing people now because your house, if you're a homeowner, you're not going to get what you put into the house. Either way, you're not going to get it. So you're losing money on both sides of the fence. And if something happens and you overseas and you still got that house in the States and you have a plumbing problem or this problem, that problem, you got to take care of that.
Right.
If you got renters, you got to take care of that.
And we did a video about buying or renting in the
Buying
DR
versus-
and why we did what we did,
Right.
why we chose that we were renting.
Right.
And I said it then. I was like, listen, if you know or you think that's not going to be forever, because when you're thinking about the level of home that you're going to get, and I know most of you guys want the accommodations and the things you're used to, right?
Mhm.
So a certain level. And every time you get to that level house, the market for that type of house is very small. So you're sitting there and saying, well, I want to buy $100,000 home, where in the US that's dirt cheap, but in the DR, the market for $100,000 is small.
Right.
You know, and I'm using 100,000, but honestly, it's more like two or 300,000.
Mhm.
So you have to sit there and look, am I going to gain if I decide one day that this isn't the house, or that I want to upgrade, or that I want to move to another, part of the DR,
Mhm.
and I don't want to keep this home? What's going to be the gain loss to me? Well, you're probably going to end up holding on to it longer than you want to, or
Mhm.
losing.
Mhm.
So that's why I said I go at this time. That's what we're doing. We are renting. It leads us to the whole thing. You said flexibility.
Right.
You didn't want to be tied down. You want to
And
be
be
able to
tied
go
down.
places
Go up
and
get
visit.
ready.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things you have to consider when buying places in the DR. And also remember that we even talked and did videos
Mhm.
on the level of construction.
Right.
They don't abide, nor do they have to, by the same laws and regulations as the US. So you're going to run into problems. Now, are you building it yourself?
You
see
build
what I'm
yourself.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You're doing
I don't
yourself.
know.
It's
So
cool. It's cool again. But also, you remember, it's the lumber and everything. See, people can understand. Even if you're 5 years out or you're 10 years out, you're going to pay more now because the economy is shifting now.
Yeah.
Because of COVID and everything else that's happening all around us, the shipping shortages, the blockage and everything.
And see,
Everything is going to be more money.
Right. And that's the thing about everybody says, oh, you want island living. But remember, in an island, a lot of things have to come into that island.
Right.
So when materials and things have had to come in,
Everything's
the
shipped
prices
in.
have gone up.
Right.
And also, and this is what we're going to do another live on. We're not going to get into it here, but did you miss the bubble burst? Meaning, did you miss the time period when it was ideal to go to the DR? And is it still ideal, or is it like this? Because that's another thing you have to look at. Because just like Portugal here, like I said earlier today in this video, I said there's an influx of people, and what it's doing is it's driving the demand up, which is driving the price up for apartments. So whereas we came in when not so many people were coming in, or at the cusp, I feel like we were right at the cusp. We got in just in time, where the rents were so low and there was still availability. We had the luxury of choosing the apartment that we liked and getting a good price for it. So, I mean, it's a lot of stuff to look into. Just saying.
Yeah, just look at the details. Just look at the big picture and figure everything out. I mean, like I said, if you got some plans, keep up those plans, but make sure that you're putting some money away, because you're gonna need those bucks. Because Joe Blow got there in 1990 or 1992.
Right.
Somebody else got there in 2012 or 2017. But if you're gonna go beyond 2022, now you already know that the interest rate is not the same, and the dollar ratio is not the same.
To the DOP and
to
all
the
that,
DOP. Yeah. So you gotta look at all that and get the big picture and plan well. If you plan well, you'll be setting straight. But if you don't plan well, you're gonna have some issues.
Right. And honestly, even here, when we did that video on our cost of living, the dollar to the euro was 112. So 1 euro was $1.12 in the US, and right now it's $1.07 because of the war.
Because of the war in Ukraine.
The euro's getting a little, not a lot weak, but it's getting a little weak. So it's good for us. Just like when the DOP got really strong and the US dollar, was, and we got, US dollar was strong and the DOP wasn't, and we got a lot of bang for our buck when we were in the DR. So it just depends, and that's what you have to look at. All those things lead to you getting in at the right time.
Right. And if you guys put your money away.
Yeah. She let a muffin.
I know, because she's
going in and out.
Yeah, I know. But if you guys have enough money for your startup course, then you can get an apartment for $450 a month if you're going to rent. But you got to remember.
Be specific where.
Well,
where
I mean, in Santiago.
Oh, you're talking about in the DR.
Yeah, the DR.
Okay, I was just.
And then, but just bear in mind, you're gonna have to make sure you got a refrigerator up in that bad boy. You got a stove up in that bad boy. You're gonna definitely need an air conditioner.
Yeah. Or
2 or 3 fans. But you're gonna need all those things that you're gonna need. Microwave, whatever. Wash and dry. You gotta wash your clothes, and you're gonna make sure that you're gonna if it's not in there, then you gotta go and buy it. And remember, when you do leave, then you gotta take everything with you. You ain't leaving it unless you're gonna sell it to the next person that's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. But for the most part, you take your stuff with you and go to your next place, wherever it may be. But just remember that, because we don't want to tell you one thing and you get there something different. You say, "Oh, Caribbean and Tina, you told us something totally different." No, we're telling you that ain't nothing up in there. You got to make sure if you're gonna get your rent that low, which will kill any prices in the States. Okay.
Yeah. So honestly, that's
any
the
price in the States,
and that's why it's still a good idea to move abroad to the DR or to Portugal, because you really can't beat the prices. I mean, where else could we live when we were in the DR for $2,000 a month?
Right.
Where? Tell me where in the US, and that was everything. And that was us being really extra, and we paid $2,000 a month. And here it's only a little over $2,000, and we live extra. I say all the time, God, we need to budget more. We're going over our budget.
If you move to the DR, you crawl before you walk. You get there and get your place, whatever you want. And if you like to rent, okay, you'll get a refrigerator and a stove, but you got to have those 2 first. Then you work yourself up. Yeah. You go somewhere and get you some air conditioning units. Get somebody to put it in, and just do it step by step, and you're good to go. Yep. Because paying $450 a month rent is a lot better than paying $1,500 price plus what you're gonna pay if you move to Vegas.
Even if you want to be extra like us and pay like $900 a month, that's still way cheaper for the type of living we had than in the US. So
so
it's still really good. So
it's sick in the United States right now. I pray for you guys.
So you guys have a couple more minutes to ask us some questions. Anything else you want to say? I'll be checking for it real quick. Jaya said, please don't stop this channel. That's why I took a hiatus. That's all I have to say. Like, literally. And you know what? Everybody gets a vacation, so I needed a vacation. I want a longer one, but I paid no rent in the DR and was living very well on $800 a month. There you go. See, so everybody, look.
There you go. I'm telling you, people. I mean, it's still, for the most part, it's still a pretty best kept secret to a lot of people that are struggling in the States, because they figure there's no escape for them. They can't get out and move nowhere anywhere else. They're afraid to go overseas. They're afraid to even get on an airplane. Yeah. Some people are afraid to fly.
Honestly, I thought a lot more people, like our friends and family, would visit when we went to the DR. I was like, oh, it's not that far. But honestly, not that many people, because there were still a lot of people afraid to come out there, especially when they would see the videos or hear the news about the people getting with the bad liquor in the
bad stuff,
tourist corridor. And I was like, that has nothing to do with us. Like,
the bad cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, he's coming to do that. But anyway, and then out here as well, it's like we've only had our daughter so far.
Right.
So,
but this is a long stretch for a lot of people.
I get that though. Yeah.
You don't get here. It's so far, but here you get here. You leave the United States for one day, and you get to Europe the next day. Okay, you get on that night. We took the red-eye flight, 11 o'clock, and we need to get here till what? 10:30, 11 o'clock the next day.
Robert said, thank you guys. Johnny said, thank you. You guys give great insight. And where can I find an apartment for 30 days to search? Corotos, C-O-R-O. Here, I'll type it in. This is where you should definitely look. It's an app and it's online. And you can find a really nice apartment and at actual prices because it's a Dominican site that the Dominicans are paying, not like gringo prices.
Yeah.
Remo's here. Hey, Remo. Winifred 19 said, I like the DR. However, I like Colombia better. I was there for 6 months. I'm going back there. I have a Colombiana fiance.
Nice.
And
nice.
they're now in Colombia. Is beautiful. Nice. We were going to visit Colombia.
But then the COVID hit, so
yeah.
There you go. But as long as you're happy, man. As long as you guys are happy where you're going, that's the main thing. You're getting out that box.
Yes.
I salute you. I take my hat up to you guys. Getting out of that box.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got, man, I'm telling you, it's just terrible. More people own guns now, the more people are going to get guns now. And you got an 18-year-old that can go and get 2 machine guns and go into a school and shoot up. And then he shot his grandmother first, what they said. Yeah, it's just terrible, man. It's terrible what's happening. So everybody's got a gun. Everybody's on edge. Road rage. The realtor's got a gun. Mailman got. Everybody's packing now. Everybody's packing. And the small little thing that set them off, bang, somebody gonna get shot.
So that's why we want you guys to be safe. You guys are our Caribbean family. We want you guys to always check on everything. We say that all the time, so that you guys are somewhere where it's safe, but yet it's fun. And it's economical, and you get the best bang for your retirement buck. Yeah. So always take all that into consideration. Make sure to go back. We have a catalog of videos for you guys to use and to get information from. And sometimes it takes scrolling all the way to the end to find what you need, but it's there for you guys. That's what we do. And maybe I'll get out of my rut and make some more videos, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see, but he's here for you guys. So there you go. And
don't be afraid to do some consultation, guys. If you guys need to reach out to us,
right.
You need to do a consultation. We can help you, give you some good vital information that you don't be shoulda, coulda, woulda once your feet hit the ground running.
Yep.
So until the next live, peace and love. Stay safe, you guys.
Yes. And keep it going. And we appreciate you guys.